Hello and welcome back to the third lesson, that is the Delhi Sultanate. This is only the book back question answers. Exercise 1. Fill in the blanks. Dash was the first Sultan of Delhi. Answer: Qutbuddin Aibak. Second, Dash was the leader of the Mughals who attacked India during the rule of Iltutmish. Answer: Genghis Khan. Third one, the only woman monarch of Delhi was Dash. Answer: Razia Sultana. Fourth one, Dash entertained the grandson of Genghis Khan as an envoy. Answer: Balban. Fifth one, the able general of Alauddin Khilji who led a campaign into the south was Dash. Answer: Malik Kafur. Sixth one, Dash was a poet in Alauddin Khilji's court. Answer: Amir Khusrau. Dash was an Indian historian who spent 17 years in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Answer: Ziauddin Barani. Eighth one, Muhammad bin Tughlaq shifted his capital from Delhi to Dash. Answer: Daulatabad. Ninth one, the last Sultan of Delhi was Dash. Answer: Ibrahim Lodi. Second exercise, true or false. Iltutmish belonged to the slave dynasty. Answer: true. Feroz Shah founded the Tughlaq dynasty. Answer: false. Malik Kafur attacked Madurai and Rameshwar. Answer: true. Sikandra Lodi shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. Answer: true. Fifth one, Ibrahim Lodi was killed by Timur. Answer: false. The third exercise, answer in brief. Name the 5 dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate. Answer: the slave dynasty, that is Mamluk dynasty. Second, the Khiljis. Third, the Tughlaqs. Fourth, the Siyads. And the last, the Lodis. What were the major victories of Iltutmish? Answer: he crushed the revolt of the nobles. He defeated Yaldosh and occupied Lahore and Punjab. He defeated Baksha, the governor of Sindh. He then subdued the Rajput chiefs of Ranthambore, Ajmer and Gwalior. He brought Bengal and Bihar under his control. Why did Muhammad bin Tughlaq's plan to shift his capital fail? Answer: Tughlaq's plan to shift his capital to Daulatabad failed because of 2 reasons. First, he ordered the entire population of Delhi to shift to Daulatabad. This caused great hardship to the people. Second, it left the northwestern frontiers of the empire exposed to the attacks from the Mongols. Realizing his mistake, Tughlaq shifted his capital back to Delhi, once again causing great hardship to the people. Write a short note on the system of Iktas. Answer: Iltutmish had divided his empire into several large and small pieces of land called Iktas, which he gave to his officials, nobles and and religious leaders as payment for their services instead of a salary. The officials, iqtidars, had to pay the king a portion of revenue they collected from the land. They also had to maintain a body of troops. Since the Sultan was dependent on this supply of troops, the iqtidars became powerful. The stronger sultans like Muhammad bin Tughlaq tried to break the power of the iqtidars by redistributing the iqtas. But during the rule of the relatively weak Feroz Shah, iqtas became hereditary and finally became the base of powerful fiefdoms. Write a short note on Timur. Answer. In 1398 CE, during the rule of the last major Tughlaq ruler, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, the Delhi Sultanate was attacked by Timur. Timur was a Central Asian Turk who had embraced Islam and set up a kingdom in Samarkand. As Timur marched towards Delhi, he was met with a little resistance. Timur destroyed Delhi and left it in ruins. He also ransacked Meerut and Jammu. The Tughlaq Empire never recovered from this blow. Fourth exercise. Answer in detail. First one. Write a note on Razia Sultana. Answer. Razia Sultana was the first and last woman who sat on the throne of Delhi. She was the daughter of Iltutmish, a former slave who occupied the throne of Delhi. According to historians, Siraj, she was a great monarch, wise, just and generous. She had to face many challenges, the main one being that she was a woman in a man's world. She faced opposition from the group of Forties, the Turkish noble and military leaders who controlled the politics of Delhi. The special liking she had for Yaqut, an Syrian slave, also caused resentment among the nobles. The refusal of these nobles to accept a woman as a ruler led to her downfall. Second one, describe the administration of Alauddin Khilji. Answer. Alauddin Khilji was an efficient administrator. He increased the size of the army to protect his empire. To meet the expense of maintaining this huge army, he devised ways to add to his revenue. He confiscated all rent-free land holdings that had been given to priests and government officials. Officials were forbidden to collect extra taxes from peasants. The peasants paid revenue in kind directly to the state. The land revenue was raised to half the total produce. In this way, he was able to build a rich treasury. He also put a check on the price of commodities so that the soldiers could live within their income. To prevent conspiracies among the nobles, Alauddin banned all banquets and assemblies. He also enlarged the system of espionage and spread his spies across the empire. Alauddin transformed the markets of Delhi by setting up different markets for food grains, horses, cattle and imported goods. The weight and balances of the merchants were checked regularly. Alauddin also made arrangements for storing large quantities of grain to be used in times of need. Third one. Write an essay on the strength and weaknesses of Muhammad bin Tughlaq as a ruler. Muhammad bin Tughlaq is known in Indian history as a confused genius. He was a capable administrator and a commander and a good scholar. He was a person who thought ahead of his times, and hence people could not understand him properly. His plans and intentions were good but carried out thoughtlessly in a hurry, which resulted in their failure. For example, his plan to shift his capital from Delhi to Devagiri was no doubt a good move, but the way he forced the entire population of Delhi to shift to Devagiri caused a lot of hardship to the people. Also, this left the northern frontiers of the empire exposed to attacks from the Mongols, which proved disastrous. Secondly, when he needed money to carry out his various plans, he increased the land tax in the fertile Ganga Yamuna Dop and also introduced new taxes, but once again the measure proved to be ill-timed, since the Doab was then passing through a great famine. Farmers suffered untold miseries and riots broke out. He was forced to withdraw his order. His next exercise of issuing token currency also ended in a fiasco. Since there was no proper check, it led to many counterfeit copper coins being minted, resulted in trade and commerce. His next movement of an expedition to China and Kurachil in the region of the Himalayas was also equally disastrous. All these schemes were basically sound but suffered from lack of proper planning. Fourth one, discuss in detail the nature of administration under the Tughlaqs. How was it different from that of Alauddin Khilji? Answer, the Tughlaqs followed the administrative structure that was followed from the time of Iltutmish. Iltutmish had divided the empire into several small pieces of land called Iqtas, which were given to his nobles, officers, and religious leaders instead of salary. The officials or the elders had to pay the king a portion of the revenue they collected from the land. They also had to maintain a body of troops. Since the Sultan was dependent on this supply of troops, it made the Iqtidars powerful. The stronger sultans like Muhammad bin Tughlaq tried to break the power of the Iqtidars by redistributing the Iqtas. But during the rule of the relatively weak Feroz Shah, Iqtas became hereditary and finally became the base of powerful fiefdoms. Differences in administration from Alauddin Khilji. Land tax under the Tughlaqs varied from ruler to ruler. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq reduced the land tax raised by Alauddin Khilji, while Muhammad bin Tughlaq raised it again, especially in the Dot. All the Tughlaq sultans, however, tried to improve the condition of the people. They built irrigation canals to improve agriculture. They also opened hospitals and almshouses and encouraged scholars through donations. The Tughlaqs had an efficient system of spies, which helped them in suppressing any rebellion. Multiple choice question. The dynasty established by Qutbuddin Aibak is known as the option A, Mamluk dynasty, B. Delhi Sultanate, C. Ghurids, D. Tughlaq dynasty. The right answer is option A, that is Mamluk dynasty. Second one, Razia Sultana had a difficult time ruling the Sultanate because option A, the rulers refused to accept a woman as their ruler. Option B, she was a weak and dishonest ruler. C, the Mongols captured large parts of her empire. Option D, all of the above. The right answer is option A, the nobles refused to accept a woman as their ruler. Third one, to meet the expenses of maintaining a huge army, Alauddin Khilji, option A, sold most of his jewels. Option B, made or minted thousands of gold and silver coins. Option C, confiscated all the rent-free land holdings given to priests and government officials. Option D, banned all banquets and assemblies. The right answer is option C, that is confiscated all the rent-free land holdings given to priests and government officials. Fourth one, Muhammad bin Tughlaq's decision to shift his capital from Daulatabad failed because option A, it left the northwestern frontiers of the empire exposed to attacks from the Mongols. Option B, he made the entire population of Delhi move to Daulatabad, which caused great suffering to the people. Option C, both A and B. Option D, only A. The right answer is option E, both A and B. That is, it left the northwestern frontiers of the empire exposed to attacks from the Mongols. And B, he made the entire population of Delhi move to Daulatabad, which caused great suffering to the people. Fifth one, Iktas were, option A, a kind of land tax collected by the Delhi sultans. Option B, land granted by the sultan to officials and nobles instead of a salary. Option C, officials disputed by the sultan to collect land revenue. Option D, none of the above. The right answer is option D, none of the above. Sixth one, the Indian historians who spent 17 years in the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq was option A, Amir Khusrau, B, Malik Kafur, C, Ibn Battuta, D, Ziauddin Barani. The right answer is option D, that is Ziauddin Barani. Seventh one, Babur, the king of Kabul, invaded India because option A, he wanted to avenge his defeat in the first battle of Panipat. Option B, he was invited by enemies of Ibrahim Lodi to help them overthrow the Sultan. Option C, both A and B. Option D, he wanted to build a large empire than Alexander the Great. The right answer is option B. He was invited by enemies of Ibrahim Lodi to help them overthrow the Sultan. That's the end of the book back questions for the lesson 3, the Delhi Sultanate. Listen to this a couple of times and you will be thorough with the lesson. Okay, thank you. See you. God bless you.